that are.
Okay, wait, go back. Give me your definition of wisdom again. What are the semantics that we're agreeing on with wisdom?
Okay, right, exactly. I love that. I love TI always trying to be accurate with these terminologies because I do agree that, their definitions, we have to agree upon that. Otherwise, we'd be running around in circles. So, let me rehash that. To the best of my abilities, I think wisdom is rationality, rationally transcending itself to maximize human flourishment and minimize human suffering.
So it's self-aware intelligence.
Metacogniting for utilitarian goods. Purposeful metacogniting with the purpose being utilitarian goods, greatest good for greatest number. I mean, it's a fine enough definition. It's not a terrible definition. But I just don't think it's... And what you're saying is like, okay, well, if I had witnessed this person delivering this in his convincing fashion, and also the spirit with which he said it, and the goodwill with which he said it, and the sense that goodwill could be conveyed on to others, and that they could internalize that goodwill and maximize the benefits of these ideas that this individual had to offer, if others were to share the experience you shared with that individual listening to him speak. Is that a fair assessment of things? It seems a fairly neutral one.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Do you have inhalers? Because my friend Devin's having really bad asthma.
Give him a cigarette.
Oh yeah, give him a cigarette.
Rub some dirt in it.
Yeah. Take one of those 3 bong rips and a cigarette. We'll be good to go. Okay. Yeah, I think it's fascinating because the thing is, this is what I mean by conflicted, because as a disrupt function, you're looking to disrupt. As a valuing driven individual, you're looking to find things to place your faith into that are going to be disruptive. But you still have that
disruptive.
But you still have that disrupt thing going on all the time. So there's this continual urge to trip yourself up, right? And be like, change path. It's frustrating. I know. I'm with you, dude. I know.
I did comment on what's it called, one of your videos, saying ENFPs, there's nothing wrong with you. And then one of the major takeaways that I got from that is that the fact that ENTPs can help ENFPs with their argumentative skills. You're trying to make some tweaks, with our argument skills, debating skills, and our, I guess, rationality.
It's not even about rationality. It's about tactics. It's just that certain kind of arguments work better. So, like, if I were going to argue that this particular thing was worth having faith and believing in and stuff, I would make arguments more along the lines of the ones that I just described you as making, rather than the ones you actually made. Which is to say, I said, look, this guy is unusually passionate and persuasive. I described the reasons why somebody why an anthropologist might be convinced that this thing would be effective on a subject population, rather than to say, I believe in it, and it's really good, and we should believe in it, which is, no matter how much then you position, no matter how much evidence you give in that context as to why it's really good, you've undermined sort of the own argumentation, because you've already affixed that there's this personal value to it. And in argumentation, the ENFP wants to go towards that personal value, and they want to go towards human value in general. But those are actually weaker arguments, because you want mechanism arguments to say, look, I have nothing to do with this, but there's a thing here in this machine that every time you push this thing down, it goes plop and smacks that thing. So unfortunately, if you do your plan, it's going to smack that thing, and that's going to break everything. So we can't do it. Sorry.
What if I go around finding, just supplementing my humanistic passion?
Well, it depends. What do you want? You want the goal, or do you want the argument?
I want the goal. I want,
make the stronger argument.
Mm.
You know, that's the thing. Can you distinguish between your goal and your argument is job number one. And that's something that an ENFP has to learn because it doesn't naturally come to them. That they're going to be totally distinct from the words that they're saying. I mean, they don't stick to me at all. I argue both sides just as